This is the fastest way to get conversational in a language. You don't have to spend months or years watching thousands of videos or studying grammar or anything like that. If you have native speakers of the language around you and you want to be able to have actual conversations with them, you don't need to know that much at first to start speaking. I mean, most people really struggle with this. They study for years, they do like apps and yeah, like lots of exercises, lots of so-called comprehensible inputs with videos, and they still can't speak. So what's the solution? Basically learning a lot of useful sentences, not even that many to begin with. If you learn just a few, like a couple dozen sentences that are the most frequent sentences, the ones that you will use all the time, you learn those and you can already start speaking and you'll have very short conversations, but that's already more than most people can do, right? Even after years. So what I recommend, if you have native speakers around you and you want to be able to, you know, initiate a conversation, just exchange a few words, introduce yourself, all that stuff, and that's it, right? You won't be able to do more for now, but at least that's something, and then that will motivate you, and you keep learning more sentences, and those conversations will keep getting longer and longer, and you'll be able to talk about more stuff. But basically, come here to the questions and answers, because most conversations after like introducing yourself and all that, even that tends to be questions and answers, right? Like, what's your name? Where are you from? What are you doing here? So you come to the questions and answers, and you start listening and reading at the same time those sentences and understanding them, and you do lots and lots of reps with this. You can do it as flashcards, you can do it as a list, and you read while listening.
Kako si? Kako si? Dobro sam, hvala. Dobro sam, hvala.
As soon as possible, you start repeating them out loud as well, because you'll need to actually say things in conversations. So no amount of input will prepare you for that. So you need to practice saying those sentences out loud a lot.
Dobro sam, hvala.
Dobro sam, hvala.
Dobro sam, hvala.
Dobro sam, hvala.
Kako se zoveš?
Kako się zoveš? Etc. Yeah, you listen and repeat over and over and over. You develop some basic muscle memory, some spoken fluency. Your mouth will get used to it. You learn pronunciation as well, especially if you do several reps per sentence. But even if you do 1 or 2 reps per sentence, if you do this is the total amount of reps I've done with this list, which means with a list of 192 sentences, 12,000 reps so far. That's over 50 reps per sentence. Yeah, I know these sentences well, right? You just have to do a lot of reps and by saying them out loud. And it will also help you if you click here and you test yourself. Yeah? Kako se? Kako si? Dobro sam, hvala. Kako se zoveš? Etc. And you keep going, you do lots of reps, listen and repeat over and over, and then you test yourself. And eventually, all these sentences will be easy. And it's better to know a few hundred or even a few dozen sentences really well than lots of stuff in the language that you kind of know, but you can't remember when you actually need it. Because in real conversations, there's a very small percentage of the language that you'll be using, right? I'm talking if you want to learn the language for real life conversations. If you just want to, for whatever reason, just study all the grammar and all that, go do it. But if you meet native speakers in real life, it's always going to start like this, right? You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to talk about like what you're doing there, why why you're learning the language, or where you come from, all that stuff. So learn those really well. Lots of reps, um, and it always works, right? This is what I recommend you do if you want to actually speak with native speakers.